Well, let's stay with the situation of protest action. The situation down in Mitchell's Plain this lunchtime now, and police monitoring that area after violent protests broke out. One person has died, two have been injured. eNCA's Athi Mtongana is there for us. And Athi, you've been following this since yesterday. You were the one who filmed some of the violence on your phone, yet today you're going to tell us about a meeting that took place between various politicians, political parties and civic organizations, but it got very emotional. Hello, Athi.
A very good afternoon to you, Gareth. That's correct. A meeting just wrapped up right now here in Lentegeel Police Station, where you had the Premier of the Western Cape present. You had the MEC for Human Settlements, Athi Mtongana, and you had Community Safety MEC Dan Plato and Social Development MEC Albert Fitz. So all these government officials from the city, the province, came here to speak to the residents that are involved in the ongoing protest in Mitchell's Plain and Sikalo. However, Gareth, I think it's very important that we allow the residents themselves to speak about the situation that is happening in these two communities. I'm joined by a community leader from Sikalo. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. You now just came from another meeting, not this one where the Premier was, a meeting that was held by the provincial eNCA. What came out of that meeting, if you don't mind just sharing with our viewers?
Okwangoku ndisacinga noba okuphume kula meeting kuse-positive because kubonakala into yoba izikhalazo zethu zingathi zithathele ingqalelo after for a long time uCity of Cape Town esi-ignora engasithathi njengabantu abaserious. Now after that incident had occurred at Sikalo, now grievance, it seems like our grievances now have been taken seriously.
So with regards to your grievances, we understand that residents from Sikalo took to the street in protest over service delivery, and that piece of land in question is privately owned. What did the city say to you? You're saying that meeting was to your satisfaction, but what's going to be done on the ground with the residents that are now still complaining about the lack of services?
Can you say it again?
Kuzokwenzeka ntoni bhuti kwabahlali efuneke bazile ba i-way forward ngoku for residents after that meeting with the ANC? What are you as a community leader, when you get back to Sikalo, what are you going to tell the community?
Now we are going to address the community that we've met with the leaders of the African National Congress, and we also met with the leaders of the province, like Helen Zila, Matikizela Mandela. Matikizela, and Matikizela is also promised that he's going to visit Sikalo on Saturday. So we will wait for him to come there and address us what is the way forward from now.
All right, thank you very much. A community leader from Sikalo, Gareth, just saying that the Minister of Human Settlements, Athi Mtongana, here in the Western Cape will visit Sikalo on Saturday to give them an update as to what they will be doing as a government here in the Western Cape about the delivery of services in that community. However, Gareth, I'm also joined by another resident from Mitchell's Plain now, who was also part of a meeting inside here that had the Premier, the ministers at large. Just tell us about how, because it was quite emotional from what we saw. Tell us about what emotions were triggered and how it ended up. Was it even to your satisfaction when it ended?
No, my dear, I'm Soraya and I'm a community leader within Randevlei. No, it wasn't to my satisfaction. I am very, very emotional, and I'm upset to think that the fact that I'm a community leader, I have been shot with a rubber bullet. We have community members inside there, locked up. I have an uncle inside there. There's somebody inside there that's locked up that has been shot with a rubber bullet. He's not getting the treatment that is needed. We want our people released. They took these people from behind and they threw them into a van. It's not fair. The city is failing us.
And tell us about, unfortunately, you are rightfully so very emotional because people were injured and someone died. Lady, you say you were there when this guy was hit by a taxi that plunged through the residents and the crowd there. Just take us through last night and to that incident.
Okay, the incident was kind of very emotional. I was called from one corner to where the actual scene was, where the young man laid. I went there and I saw that the person is very critical. He was unresponsive at the time when I arrived. I got some of the Metro Police officers and some of the fire and rescue guys together. They came to assist by doing CPR. They resuscitated for 1 hour and 26 minutes after they declared the young man dead. And it was kind of very emotional. At the time, the guy was unknown to everybody that was there. It was only this morning that we heard what the guy's name was, his surname was. His mother was on scene looking for his child, but unfortunately she couldn't get to her son at the time. Little did she know that her son was laying dead on the other side of the road.
Before I let you go, you as residents were also part of that meeting where the Premier was addressing you. What did you get out of it? Do you think there's going to be a solution to everything that has been happening?
Well, to be honest, I think it's just a lot of promises again, because the intention of them wanting to have separate meetings with the residents of Sitralo and with the Mitchells Plain residents, it is a clear indication that they want to divide the communities instead of bringing them together. And that is what it is, unfortunately.
Thank you very much. I think, Gareth, loud and clear, the residents have spoken. We'll leave it here for now.